What if the darkest room you've ever been thrown into is the very place God plans to release your greatest breakthrough? Have you ever wondered why God sometimes allows his strongest warriors to be placed in the hardest situations? The story of Paul and Silas in prison is a powerful reminder that worship is not just something we do when life is good, it is a weapon we use when everything seems impossible. So tell me, what do you think you would have done in their situation? After preaching the gospel in Philippi, Paul and Silas were beaten, humiliated, and thrown into the innermost part of the prison, the part reserved for the worst criminals. Here's a little-known historical fact. Roman inner prisons were dark, damp chambers with no light, poor ventilation, and shackles hammered into walls. It was designed not just to imprison the body, but to break the spirit. Yet instead of breaking, Paul and Silas did something no prisoner was expected to do. They prayed and worshiped at midnight. And here's the miracle. Worship traveled where walls couldn't. Their praise shook the very foundations of the prison, snapping chains, opening doors, and freeing every prisoner inside. Isn't it amazing how your praise can deliver people who didn't even pray for themselves? But notice something even deeper. Paul and Silas didn't run when the doors opened. They stayed because their assignment wasn't escape, it was salvation. The jailer, trembling in fear after the earthquake, asked, "What must I do to be saved?" And that night, he and his entire household gave their lives to Christ. This story proves that sometimes your suffering is the doorway for someone else's salvation. Sometimes God trusts you with storms because he knows your faith can handle it. And this is where many believers miss it. Paul and Silas didn't worship because they were free. They worshiped while they were still chained. Your praise is most powerful when it comes from a place of pain. Your praise confuses the enemy. Your praise invites heaven into your situation. Your praise unlocks doors no man can shut. And maybe that's the message you need today. Don't wait for freedom to worship. Worship until freedom comes. What the enemy meant for punishment became a platform for Paul and Silas to spread the gospel. The chains broke, the doors opened, and the light of God filled one of the darkest places in the city. God used a prison cell as a pulpit. God used midnight as a miracle moment. God used pain as a pathway to purpose. So let me ask you again, which part of this story is God speaking to your heart right now? If this message blessed you and you want more powerful Bible stories, faith-building teachings, and gospel-centered content that draws you closer to God, follow and subscribe to AI Bible Hub Studios and help us spread the gospel to the world.